He got several sisters, about 4 I had already told him, so I didn't know.
You gonna plug in the thing? You gonna plug it?
I need a longer cord is what I need. And I don't have one.
You need one like I got.
I do. So it'll reach over there so I can record this meeting.
Took my sister on a birthday trip to make sure
Well, I plug everything over here.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Pretty good. You have to take it? Oh.
saved that beside him for you.
This is the first one.
Say that one, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be there next time, Scott.
I got one.
We don't, that too is still a record, we ain't found.
I hope it's
Nobody swapped it
warms
out.
up a little bit. It's supposed to be warm. Theirs is Friday. Here at my last year, coming kind of out of this car, we had Main Street to get back on work. Like, is that Friday night?
Yeah, they got that, I don't know what they got, but they put up.
The thing about that ambulance was that they were all and I'm not gonna let it go.
Council meeting will start in about 5 minutes. How you doing?
Sit back out in the couple.
Council meeting will start in 2 minutes.
TikTok, TikTok. It's quiet. It's bear. It's the little.
Make it 1 minute before time. You gonna call me, I'm gonna start.
a little slow.
It's a little slow. We'll get this going. Call this meeting to order. Ms. Delashaw's gonna lead us in the pledge, and I'll do the invocation.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, as we gather here tonight, we want to say thank you, dear Lord. Thank you for giving us this beautiful day that we've had. Thank you for everybody that came out tonight. And dear Lord, we ask you to be with us as we get up here and conduct the business of this city. And dear Lord, let us all remember, no one in this audience and no one up here is perfect. There was only one perfect person on this earth, and that was your Son, dear Lord. And Father, as we gather here tonight, we also ask you to be with us as we try to lead this city to unity. And remember, the unity is not political, it is biblical, dear Lord. And just be with us all and guide us. And dear Lord, thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Alright, everybody had a chance to look over the minutes from the February the 16th council meeting. Is that right? No, it would be
March the 2nd.
March the 2nd council meeting. Everybody's had a chance to look them over. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as they stand?
We have a correction on, page 7 under my report, and also in the, workshop. I've shown it to Rita, so she's going to make the corrections.
Okay. Aside from the corrections that have been noted, so, I have a motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
I'll second that motion.
Did I have a motion?
Second with no motion.
I motion to second.
I got a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Holly,
Yes?
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs.
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford,
Yes.
Councilmember Delashaww.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit on the agenda. Is there anybody here regarding sexual assault awareness? Okay, all right. I'm going to kind of skip over that for the minute. We have an application to address the council from Miss Meredith Sears, excuse me. Miss Meredith?
So I made the application on behalf of the museum president, since he was not here to sign that day, so, I would introduce Mr. Dana Chandler, the museum president.
If I may, good evening. I am Dana Chandler. I'm a retired history professor and archivist at Tuskegee University, where I served for 23 years. And I've had the opportunity to come in and be involved with this new museum that we're working on. I am also a council member of District 4 in Wedowee, Alabama. And I'm still teaching. I teach at Southern Union. So I'm not really retired, kind of, sort of. But I am here representing the Roanoke County Historical Museum. We have here at this time many of our board members and the leadership of the museum. We are missing a couple, Dr. Alvin Thornton for one, who sits on our board, and but the rest of them, I think you pretty much know everybody that's here. We really are excited about this opportunity to work with the city of Roanoke, since we had acquired the building and have cleaned it up. we've spent roughly, almost $200,000 on renovations of the building already, including removing the lead-based paint, asbestos, and general cleanup of the facility. That was before we made an agreement with the city of Roanoke to sign over the property with this lease agreement and attachment, which I believe that, Rita, you found a copy of this. The lease agreement we talked about the other day.
I never did find one.
And we understand that there is a signed copy somewhere in this office. Well, nonetheless, this is the lease agreement. I'll let you have a copy of this, and enter that into the minutes. That lease agreement spells out what our intentions are, and our intentions are to develop the Roanoke County Historical Museum, to represent the entire county, the communities within the county, and the exceptional opportunities in the county, what we've accomplished, and we've accomplished so much. Y'all do know that we weren't a part of the state of Alabama in 1819. We weren't. Our birthday's coming up in 1836. That's when Roanoke County becomes a part of the state of Alabama, after the creek removal. So our birthday's coming up. We will have another birthday to celebrate. And we would like to have this museum up and running, because the museum represents so much. We talk about the Ella Smith dolls, we talk about Rock Mills pottery, but we also talk about the musical legacy that's found here in the county. And it is rich. We have a number of Roosevelt schools that were here in this county. That's a big deal right now. In fact, I sit on the Roosevelt committee that we're going to set up our website, which will highlight 2 of the schools here in this county. So that's kind of cool. But that's just to name a few. There's so many things about our county besides the gold mines, gold rush, and I could go on and on and on ad nauseum. What we plan to do is to set up a multi-layered museum that will highlight all the communities, as I said, plus provide educational opportunities, an opportunity for people to display artwork for the community, and to involve each of the schools in the community in developing the museum. So we've got a lot of things planned. And those plans, though, are dependent upon you. We have a $70,000 grant right now. We have been very successful in writing grants. And our $70,000 grant is with the Historical Commission. That grant comes to an end in April. We are supposed to have completed by then, March, I think.
Of the next year.
Of next year, not this year. March of next year. And we're supposed to have installed all of our cabinetry, which is what the grant was for. Now we've paid out part of that for them to do the design of the cabinetry. But everything is dependent upon us having heating and air conditioning in the building. No heating and air conditioning, no cabinetry. No flooring, no cabinetry. So that $70,000 is certainly weighing heavy on our minds, because we've fulfilled every one of our grant responsibilities before, and we don't want to lose this opportunity too. It would be certainly a bad thing for the community. Also, we want this museum. We've looked at some projections of what other museums bring in, and Lee County has their museum. I don't know if you've seen it in Opelika. Ours is going to be 5 times better than it, and they draw 1,500 to 2,000 people a year. That's how many people come to their museum. Now imagine what our museum could do here, because we don't have all of the other opportunities that they have in the Auburn-Opelika area for people to go and do things. So we're going to have, this will be one of our shining stars in our community and for us. We appreciate the mayor appointing Amanda, even though she doesn't work for the city anymore, as our liaison between us and the project engineers. We haven't had an update about where they're at with the design of the heating and air conditioning. We have the electric. We have had those drawings and they're completed. What we would like to do is set up an opportunity to have a workshop with you, to give you a tour of the facility, give you some idea of our vision, show you what our layouts are for our displays, and really put in a bid, not a money bid, but a bid to show you how our vision is going to work. And that vision, I think, is just going to be amazing when we continue on. We already have received support. We've received yearly support from communities, yearly support from civic organizations, and private individuals have supported us. We've had several people that have offered us collections of material that are going to be worth a lot of money. A lot of money. Ella Smith dolls, pottery, Rock Mills pottery, rocks and minerals from the community, including gold and gold mining equipment. We're going to have a really fine facility when it gives an idea of our community, Roanoke County, from its very beginning when God created everything, all the way up till today. That's our intention. Also, the last grant I got at Tuskegee was for $1.3 million with the Smithsonian Institute, the Museum of African American History and Culture. And I have been discussing with them for several years the possibility of making this museum a Smithsonian affiliated museum. We'll be one of a few, very few in the South that will have that opportunity. And I think that that's something that we can be proud of. That's basically all I have to say regarding it. I just wanted to make you aware of us, aware of what we're trying to do. I would love to have this opportunity, like I said, to have a workshop with you, if you can arrange it. And I think give you the tour. I think you would really be impressed with what we have in mind in our vision.
When would you like to try to do that workshop?
As soon as you can do it, we're good.
On a little bit warmer day.
Oh yeah, I'm with her on that one.
So I want to come back before a council meeting and have it like at 5 o'clock before a meeting or during the day?
That would be fine. That would be fine.
You want to have it here or have it at the library?
At the museum.
I mean, at the museum, I'm sorry. At the museum, I'm sorry.
Yes,
We could just meet there at 5 o'clock if that's.
that'd be great for us to.
The next council meeting is on,
April 6th.
let's see,
It's April 6th. It's the day after
April
Easter.
the 6th.
First Monday.
Y'all want to do that on April the 6th? Is everybody good with that at 5 o'clock?
That's fine.
It's fine with us.
Let's say April the 6th at 5. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay, you were talking about the heat and the air. Is that something that Harmon Engineering was working on that end of it? When they doing the electrical?
Yes.
Okay, so I really need to call Harmon and see where that style. I'll make it. I probably can't do it tomorrow, but I will get it done this week.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I've been over there and looked. They took me on a tour, and it's very impressive what they have done.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Thank y'all for what you've done.
Thank you.
So the next step is the electrical or the heating and air, or the electrical and then heating and air, as the plumbing and.
Yes, the set up the electrical and heating and air conditioning. We need that before we can put in our cabinets, because our cabinets are wood cabinets.
Right.
And one of the problems that I'm worried about, see, we're leaving a lot of the wood structure that's already there on the inside, because it's so beautiful. But I'm worried about moisture getting in there and, you know, damaging what's already left there. We want to leave that. We want people to see it, because it's craftsmanship that you won't see anywhere else anymore. And, so we need that heating and air conditioning before we can do anything else.
Are some of the cabinets lighted or humidity controlled?
Some of them are, yes.
That's what happened the last time. So many things that were there were ruined because they weren't just stored properly.
I'll make that call this week.
Thank you.
This week. All right. Is anything else, Mr. Chandler, Ms. Mary, or any board members? Or any... Okay. All right. Okay. Did anybody from the Sexual Assault Awareness Month come in? They may not be gonna make it down. Okay, all right. All right, we're gonna move back up to the old business. First thing on the agenda is the sidewalk project. I got a letter from the Alabama Department of Transportation regarding our sidewalk project. And basically what it is a whole lot of stuff in here, but it's a warning that we have 6 months left to complete that project. So I have sent a email to Harmon Engineering, and they told me they were on it. So just so everybody knows, we got 6 months to complete that. The next thing under old business is the spring cleanup. It begins in April, and we have ordered the garbage bags, we have ordered the grabbers, the gloves, the buckets. We haven't got them yet. But we have it all ordered. Anybody that's interested in a particular neighborhood, I put some packets that they sent to us on the counter in there. That's interested in organizing something for a particular street, you can do that. Volunteer list, but it's all up front if anybody's interested in that.
Will there be some safety vests in there for the?
We couldn't get the safety vest this year, but we think we've got some. If not, we may have to get some safety vests from one of the businesses, but they said they were completely out of those.
Is that like that's been done in the past?
Mm-hmm.
And the dumpsters were placed all over, or how does that work?
Well, we gotta talk about that.
Okay.
All right. What do y'all wanna do about the dumpsters? In the past, they've been placed in different locations around the city, and, people would bring out and fill up the dumpsters. Y'all wanna have some discussion about placing the dumpsters?
We just have to be sure that, if we do it, people will be aware that they don't put in, tires and household garbage. And, in the past, we have placed them in each district. And I think they will bring it out on that Thursday or Friday and pick it up on that Monday.
Is that what y'all wanna do?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Do we have a particular date during the month of April y'all want to try to do this? To have the dumpsters out there. You can pick up trash anytime you want to, dude. That's a good one.
Candy, I'm sorry, did you say y'all did it before on Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday?
I don't know. I said they brought out the dumpsters like on that Thursday or Friday and picked them up on Monday.
Okay.
So it would probably be like from Friday until Monday.
Okay.
think we should do it for Easter weekend.
No, after.
I got
Adam,
one.
can I
Yes, ma'am.
say something? I believe the commissioners have a tire pickup this Friday.
Oh, really? Wow. Have they got a location to bring the tires to?
I'm not positive, but I believe it's at, the
Courthouse.
courthouse,
Is the courthouse?
in Wedowee.
Mhm. Friday is
Friday,
behind the courthouse.
yes. And it's a limit, each person can bring 8 tires at a time.
Wow. That's a good thing. That's excellent. Anybody got a suggestion on the date in April?
What about the 10th, 11th, and 12th?
That'd be good.
That's all we can.
Prom, okay.
That's prom.
Let's go back. Let's do, after the prom, maybe the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Okay. Miss Rita, can you take care of contacting, I think, we bid those out, see if we can get some dumpsters brought out for that.
Can we just go back to the ones, Keith, who did we get? Cause that was last fall we got those from.
I think it's 121.
Is it 121?
Who's been
Okay.
bringing them,
Okay,
yeah.
that were the least expensive.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Okay.
All right.
Now, we had one out behind the armory for tires, you know, but somebody has to be there. I don't know if you were doing that again or not.
Where y'all want to do?
What happened to the tires?
They're hating that.
I would rather have them disposed of rather than thrown out on the side of the streets.
I agree.
So we can, do the same thing at Friday, Saturday, or Friday through Monday, and, I guess somebody would have to stay over there and supervise it, right?
Yeah, I think they came like on Friday,
Okay,
and
and Monday?
then if it gets full, we have to get another dumpster.
Okay.
Last time it was full in no time. You had businesses, people everywhere.
Well, you have to live in the city of Roanoke, it's not for everybody, it's for the citizens of Roanoke.
Was there a limit on how many tires?
Yes, ma'am, I think you could bring 10. Each individual could bring 10.
And Keith, if we have to, we can check ID to make sure that they live here in Roanoke.
The details on the county ones, it's Friday, March 20th from 9 AM to 3 PM, behind the courthouse. And it'll be free for residents, they must show an ID, and it's limited 8 tires per person. Residential only, no businesses. So that's the details on that.
Same thing, no businesses, residents only, city of Roanoke, check ID, please.
They're also doing something else on the 18th in the county as well. They're gonna do a Saturday dump day cleanup for anybody in the county. So on the 18th, they're having a pickup.
That's good. That's really good.
And what's our tire pickup day? I mean, drop off day? Within that weekend, and is there a time?
April 17th and April, that Monday,
I guess it'd be the 20th. That Monday from, well, they're open out there from like 8 in the morning to that evening.
They work 6 to 3.
Yeah, 6 to 3, not 8, yeah.
6 to 3, 6 AM to 3 PM.
everybody got that? All right, Keith did, some checking on the pickleball court, and I got an email from Heard County, Georgia, about how they did theirs. And Keith, aren't you getting isn't somebody coming from over close to Atlanta to give us a cost?
Yes, sir, I left them a message and they hadn't got back with me yet. It was the ones that handled that over there.
Okay. We did find out that there was a grant that would help pay for it, but there is a problem with that grant. We have to pledge the property to the National Parks and Recreation Service, so I kinda just, put that, away. We probably don't wanna give away our court out there. Yes.
Keith, is the surface gonna be asphalt, or do we know what we're gonna quote, or?
They do have an asphalt surface, but there's some type of resin that goes over the top of it that has this non-slip stuff in it.
We recommend something special.
Last council meeting, Councilmember Dellashaw brought up about a house over on Vine Street, and our code enforcement officer handled that, or at least has a letter sent out to them. There apparently are two property owners for that piece of property, but they've been put on notice, and we'll just have to ride that out. But it has been handled.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. In new business, I've got a proclamation here, and it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, April 2026. Whereas sexual assault is a serious and pervasive issue that affects individuals of all ages, genders, race, and socioeconomic backgrounds, and its impact extends beyond survivors to family, friends, and the entire community. And whereas raising public awareness and promoting education are essential to preventing sexual violence and supporting survivors. And whereas communities play a vital role in creating safe environments where survivors are believed, supported, and empowered to seek help without fear, shame, or stigma. And whereas prevention begins with teaching, respect, consent, and healthy relationships, and by encouraging individuals to speak up when they witness harmful behavior. And whereas local advocacy organizations, healthcare providers, law enforcement, schools, faith communities, and volunteers work year-round to provide crisis intervention, counseling, advocacy, and resources for survivors. And whereas April is nationally recognized as Sexual Assault Awareness Month, symbolized by the color teal, and the 2026 theme, 25 years strong, looking back, moving forward, provides an opportunity to honor 25 years of progress and recommit to creating safer communities for all. And whereas we commit to fostering a culture of dignity, respect, and safety for all residents, now therefore I, Adam Melton, Mayor of the City of Roanoke, do hereby proclaim April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Miss Danita Nolan canceled on the update on the transfer station. Now, this next item, I don't know how many times we've read this, but what we did, we found out there was an error in, well, I shouldn't say an error, but how about a change since the local newspaper no longer is running our advertisements. We have had to amend the alcohol ordinance because there is a section in there that says that it will be ran in the Randolph Leader for 2 consecutive weeks. So, this is an amendment to our ordinance. It's ordinance number 2026-0301. An ordinance to amend ordinance 2012-12-01, regulating the sale and distribution of alcoholic beverages within the city of Roanoke, Alabama, establishing license fees and taxes and other matters enacted by the City Council of the City of Roanoke, Alabama, in regular session on the 17th day of December 2012. Whereas ordinance 2012-1201 authorizes the sale of alcoholic beverages within the city limits of Roanoke, Alabama. Whereas ordinance 2012-1201 authorizes certain legally licensed businesses to sell alcoholic beverages within the city limits of Roanoke, Alabama. Whereas ordinance 2012-1201 section 4 states, before the applicant submits his application to the city of Roanoke, he must first publish in the Randolph Leader or other local paper of regular circulation that is in existence at the time of the application a notification of intent to apply for a license to sell alcoholic beverages. The notice shall contain, at a minimum, the name of the applicant, the location of the premises at which alcohol will be sold, and the type of license applied for. This notice shall run for 2 weeks and shall be at the applicant's expense. The applicant must present proof of this notice at the time he files the application. Proof of the notice will not be accepted if it is provided more than 30 days after the last day the notice was published. Whereas the City Council of the City of Roanoke, Alabama wishes to amend ordinance 2012-12-01, section 4, public notification. Now therefore let it be ordained by the City Council of the City of Roanoke for ordinance 2012-12-01 to be amended to read as follows. Section 4, public notification. Before the applicant submits his application to the City of Roanoke, he must first publish it in 3 public places, one of which will be the Roanoke City Hall. Examples are the public library, the post office, the police department. A notification of intent to apply for a license to sell alcoholic beverages. The notice shall contain, at a minimum, the name of the applicant, the location of the premises at which alcohol will be sold, and the type of license applied for. This notice shall be posted for 2 consecutive weeks. Except as herein amended, the remainder of ordinance 2012-1201 shall remain in full force and effect. Do I have a motion for unanimous consent for ordinance 2026-03-01?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we will give consideration for unanimous consent for, ordinance amendment to 2026-03-01.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Holly,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jenkins,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford.
Yes.
Councilmember Delachaux.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to accept ordinance 2026-03-01?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we will adopt ordinance 2026-03-01, section 4, where it gives public notification for applying for alcohol licenses.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Holly,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jenkins,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford.
Yes.
Councilmember Delachaux.
Yes.
Right. Y'all won't pass that down there and everybody sign that? Okay, all right, the next issue we got kind of falls in line with that very thing. I apologize, I didn't get this handed out to y'all. This is not something that I'm gonna ask you to vote on tonight, but to take home, look at it, and read it. This is a social media policy because what we've kind of seen is that the city of Roanoke has roanokealabama.org. That is our webpage. And the easiest way for us to get information out to the public because of the change is probably posting on that webpage. And I talked to Miss Margaret, and she sent me a sample policy, and then basically instead of reinventing the wheel, there are a lot of different cities that have social media policies, and this is a policy from Opelika. It seems to have covered everything that we're trying to do to be able to advertise. Y'all take it home and read it in the next council meeting. Let's discuss it, but we definitely need a social media policy, just for this very reason. All right, the mayor's report, if I can find it. All right, we sent out bids advertising. Apparently, there's a property over at 133 Price Street that's been abated quite a while. It's a burned out house. And it has already went through the abated process, so what we did, we sent out the advertisement for bids to remove what's left of that structure. The end date for that bid is March the 26th at 2 o'clock. We'll open those bids and see if we can't get that gone. It's been pending quite a while.
Can we have some discussion on that right quick?
Yeah, sure.
I've been riding the streets, and now that we have that mobile home right next door that's burned out, can that, I guess it has to go through the process just like that one, so it takes a while, is that correct?
It does, and
Okay.
we're
And that's
kind of
been
waiting on
recent.
the insurance to see what
Gotcha. Okay.
they were gonna do. Yeah, it is, it's right next door to it.
Okay.
It would be nice to be able
I
to do
know, it
both
just
of them,
won't
but
handle
I
both.
don't think it's gonna make it. And some of the people that live over there are really upset that this hasn't already been
Right.
done,
Oh, yeah,
so.
I agree.
From the peanut gallery, that house and that trailer all used to belong to the same folks. Has anybody checked to see if it's different folks?
Yeah, even if it did, for us to be able to do it, it's still got to run through the legal process, but I don't believe it does. I believe there's a gentleman, from the Bacon level community owns that trailer. I forgot the name of who owns the house to the right of it.
Well, that was a million years ago, so.
Just so you know, the North Main project, I think I told y'all about, the apartments, seems to be moving forward. I got an email, that was sent to the utility board that they were beginning the grade work out there, and they needed the, sewer tap set where they could get the grade, so maybe that's a good thing for, for the city out on that end of town. And so that's a positive thing. That I felt real good about that. I got several complaints and emails, and I forwarded them on to Harmon, who went out over on Mulberry Street, that sewer project over there. But now he's been out there, he's worked on it. I know Keith has been out there with him. The water is running like it's supposed to. They're moving forward with that. So if you do get some complaints about it, they're they're doing what they're supposed to, and it looks like the work they've done is gonna work. So maybe that'll be winding up soon. We got a complaint, a nuisance complaint out on Doublehead Road. Code enforcement has sent the letter out on that one. And, we'll have to see how that one goes, because that house is apparently, a realty company is trying to get rid of it, but there's, apparently some issues with the deeds, but we'll see how it goes. If they don't fix it, then, you know, we'll run it through a abatement process. Okay, that one went with that, that one went with that. The bridge on Louanna Road, the one over the railroad track, I got some complaints about the runners on that bridge, and I actually tried to contact CSX today. That didn't work out real good, so I'm working on that. If you get some complaints on it, we are working on it. We just hadn't made any progress. The runners need to be replaced.
Mayor,
Yes.
I think the, bridge timbers for the runners was offloaded down there last Friday.
That may be why they didn't answer me.
It's a matter of a scheduling thing now.
That's good. Maybe that'll solve it.
Doing last week.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you very much. See, I didn't even bother you with that today. I tried to handle that one on my own. I guess I should have just called you. Had a meeting today with Auburn Housing Authority, by Zoom, I guess you would call it. And asked them if there was any way that we could work together to try to improve, our housing authority, the appearance of the buildings. I didn't get a no, but I didn't get a yes either, but they are already working on something, so hopefully, in the near future, the people in the neighborhood and that live there, maybe they'll have something that they can say is really nice. So we're working on that. It's got potential, so let's hope and pray that works out. Keith is here. I want to kind of commend him. I got the bridge inspection reports for all over the city. All of the bridges, he did great on all of that. We got one bridge, maybe not so great, that's out on County Road 26. But all the other bridges, I was impressed with the report. So congratulations, Keith, on that. The next thing, I want everybody to look at this map. I drew these. What you're looking at is Booker Hill Cemetery. I had a meeting today with Mr. Oliver Kitchens, who owns number 1 that's outlined in blue. Mr. Kitchens, and it's grown up, there's trees in there, bushes, it's not a maintained lot. And as you can see what the size is, he wants to donate that to the city. If we wanted to extend Booker Hill Cemetery, make it a parking lot, or whatever we felt like would be best for the community. I told him I would bring it up tonight at the council meeting. Let's have some discussion about that.
Okay, I know there's a cemetery there. Are people still being buried there?
No, not that I know of. I don't know that they cannot be buried there, can they? Yes, ma'am.
From what I gather, it's full.
It's full.
Mm-hmm.
This may be an opportunity for the city if somebody wanted to be buried there.
Yeah.
Me, myself, I thought it was a nice gesture to give it to the city, and it cleans up that curve, that overgrowth in that curve.
Yeah.
And it does give an opportunity to expand the cemetery or whatever we saw fit to do with it.
We probably have to have a contractor come in there and clean it up. New
Might.
trees and all that, so there's gonna be some expense.
What's the zoning?
I don't know, I hadn't got that far, cause the meeting was just a little bit before the city council meeting started. But, whatever it is, it's a benefit in my eyes to take it,
Yeah, may I say something?
yes.
We got that approved and when I was a councilman, they had that lot cleaned up. But someone on the lower end there now, a lady owned part of that, but that was approved in the last council meeting. To get that section on the upper end up there, all that approved, they get cleaned out. So I don't know how y'all wanna handle that, but
I think if he is donating the land to the city, I don't wanna refuse it.
I kinda like, I think it's a positive for us.
The only thing I would suggest is the homeowner, is there someone living next door to that now?
There's a house there.
Yeah, I know, it appears to be a house, but
It's
is
on the
there,
other street.
I'm sorry?
It's
College
on the other street. On College Street.
Okay.
The lot goes to college, part of the lot's on College,
Mhm. The
Okay.
front of the lot is, and then on the border street side.
I imagine the residents would appreciate it being clean.
Well, yes, I totally agree, but to extend the cemetery, we would at least need to make them aware of it, would we not?
Let me be clear. So it sounds like we're talking about several things, but to accept the property, we don't have to say what we're gonna do to it or with it at this time, is that correct?
That's correct.
So,
I would think that would take, what we do with it would take more discussion than a few minutes here in this meeting, but that's just me.
If I could see the map, I could tell you the zone. If you want to.
It's making a difference.
But with the zoning matter, if we accept it,
We want to set the property in it.
Mhm.
It don't have, we just need to set the property.
So I have a motion from the council to tell Mr. Kitchens we'll accept this property.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion that we accept the property that Mr. Kitchens is offering to the city, provided there are no strings attached as to what we decide to do with it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, roll call vote?
Councilmember Holly,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford.
Yes.
Councilmember Delarose.
yes.
I'll call Mr. Kitchens, let him know.
And thank you.
Yeah. I don't really know how to address this next issue other than just straight on. I went to Anniston a couple of weeks ago, and then I accepted an award on behalf of the city for something that, a grant that had been applied for in 2024. The terms of the grant was a $65,000 grant. It included purchasing free public Wi-Fi and 3 cameras. That's what the grant was for. We have paid out $52,000 to the company. But we don't have the public Wi-Fi or the cameras. Okay? We still owe the company $13,000. I had a meeting with the company. After there has been some sort of confusion between the city and the utility board, I have a meeting with the utility board next week to try to iron out whatever this confusion is. But we have two choices to deal with here tonight. We have to pay back $65,000, or we have to put the cameras up and finish paying the $13,000. Now, what do y'all want me to do?
So where are the cameras?
That was my
They're
question.
in a box in a warehouse in Birmingham, Alabama.
So we'll get them once we pay the additional money.
We will get them after I meet with the utility board and iron out whatever this issue is. They install them, then we pay them.
Who's they? Who's gonna, the company?
The company, whatever, EF Network, I think is the name of the company.
Mr. Mayor, it might be worth noting that the Housing Authority, did a project that sounds similar to what you're talking about. Cameras installed, public Wi-Fi for the Housing Authority. Could that be some confusion at all?
It's not.
It's not? Okay. It just sounded very similar, so.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Did you see a copy of the grant? To see, what were they gonna be used for? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, free public Wi-Fi and 3 surveillance cameras.
So that was my question, was the camera.
Yeah, one at County Road 79, one at Chestnut Street, at about Stroger Street, thereabouts. And the other one's at 431 and 22. And we have installed 2 power poles with power for these. I'm gonna try my best to get this straightened out, but I need to know that y'all are okay with us either giving them back their money or paying them the 13 and getting this done.
So is that money sitting in an account with being held?
The city received the $65,000.
And when was that?
It was in 2024. You just have to bear with me a minute.
So there's probably gonna be an ongoing expense to operate.
5/8
Cameras
of
and
2024.
And the cameras never got installed. But the pole you said is there?
We paid to have the poles put up, and we're paying a monthly fee for the poles.
Now,
How much is that monthly fee?
$31 and some change.
That's the Alabama Power
Just for the
Company.
pole? So
And that and the power.
31 for the meter,
For each power hookup to
So-
each pole.
that's probably like a temporary.
Well, it's actually an electrical hookup.
No, I'm saying the one that's between Stroger and Chestnut has a meter on the pole.
Yeah, yes, correct.
So, expense will be incurred after the cameras are installed,
Yeah,
right?
there'll be probably, I don't know how much power that camera, it probably wouldn't pull much. But yeah, it'll probably be a little bit more than $31. I wouldn't think it would be much more.
Okay, help me. So these are 24-hour surveillance cameras?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I ride down through there, you can go back and see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to be sure. 'Cause
Is the 65,000 sitting in an account not spent that we would have to give back, or is that something we'll have to find?
We have to find it, if we give it back.
It's a lot of money.
So what about the Wi-Fi? What would the
A lot
expense
of
on that
time.
be?
it's too
My understanding, nothing, no more than what we're paying now. That's not the way the guy explained it to me, we can turn it on 100% of the time, or or we can turn it on when we want to, like if there's an event in the area, just say Miss Dorothy's having, her fall on Main, and we want the public to have free Wi-Fi, we can turn it on and give them access to it.
And that's like on Main Street, right?
I don't know the
Where is
scope
it
of
at?
how to cover, the way that I don't know this for a fact. It's probably about 2 miles south on 431, 2 miles north on 431, and I don't know how far.
Mayor.
Chestnut.
TEC provides, for the Fall Main concert and the festival, they do free Wi-Fi downtown
Yeah, I know,
for those events.
I know.
Tammy, do you see a benefit of a camera over there?
I do not. Not at all, not in that spot.
Now, understand, let me add this to it. If we move those poles, we're gonna have to pay engineering fees on top of what we already have paid. Because, just a minute, and I'm gonna tell you, $19,500 of that is engineering fees.
Mr. Mayor, what would you like to see done? What's your thinking?
I hate to give the money back because first off, it could make, to me, it could jeopardize us being able to get any money in the future. The agreement was made prior. And I feel like we need to uphold that agreement, whether we agree with it or don't. I feel like the agreement was made by the city and we need to follow it through.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, after writing millions of dollars worth of grants, you're dead on.
I think
If you don't finish it, if you don't fulfill the grants, requirements, you are gonna find it much harder to get a grant in the future. For any grant.
Mayor, was there anything in the minutes about why we first applied for the grant? What the purpose we were trying to fulfill by getting that grant?
The best way for me to explain it, it was for the cameras and the public Wi-Fi.
Was this done through East Alabama Regional Planning and Development?
Jude, the next
Can
question.
anybody ask a question on that? Why would we wanna survey something on 79?
I would assume it would have to do with the traffic flow through there. I would assume that.
Could they be moved to different locations?
Paying additional engineering fees, yes.
And you said that was $19,500.
$19,500.
Do we have 13,000 somewhere that we could just pay that?
Yes.
We do have the
It
13.
went into the city's account. It went in. I mean, it's not like that.
It's not there, it's there.
No, it's there.
Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we pay the remainder of the money, we complete the grant, and then move forward, and then, at a later date, if we need to do something different, we can do it then.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, roll call vote.
Councilmember Holly,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford,
Yes.
Councilmember Delacroix.
Yes.
That concludes the mayor's report. I do need an executive session at close to the end. Councilmember Holly, District 1.
I have a couple of things. First thing, I would just like to say that I support the museum board and all its efforts. And, I have met with the board, 2 or 3 times. I was meeting with them when they were out on 431. And, I support the efforts. And I'm looking forward to the museum opening. And next thing is, Keith, can we get the curbing painted out front here at City Hall where the handicap space is? Kind of where the exit is, where you come out, where the parking lot.
Let me talk with somebody at the state, because I think that may be all there right away.
Okay. I'm talking about the grant money that was used to do all this, the sidewalk and everything right here. You have to get approval for that too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you, thank you. Councilmember Henderson, District 2.
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Jacobs, District 3.
I just got a couple of things. Talked to the chief, the other night about, I know here a couple of years ago, previous council got on the loud mufflers on some of the vehicles around town, and it's, you know, it's like everything else, you got just a few people causing the problem, you know, and I understand, but there's a difference between intentional loud mufflers and somebody that just
disrespect.
Yeah, there's some disrespect in there.
And add to it.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's a nuisance, you know, kind of that way. So I've asked the chief, you know, about that, and he's gonna help me out. And the other thing, while we got to talking, I got to thinking about those trucks where the front end sets up and the back end sets down. Now, to me, that's public safety. You know, being able to see, and there, yeah, and there should be some, if there's not a law against it, there should be.
There is a law that went into effect last year.
Okay, well, you know, the last thing I want, and I think the last thing anybody on this council or the police, anybody wants is somebody to get hurt, a child or anybody, or a wreck or anything. And I just think those, you know, I don't know what the laws are, but I'm sure the chief's gonna check on that and take care of it. So that's really all I've got tonight.
Yeah, it seems impossible to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I did wanna say that I support the museum board 100%. I know we've come a long way. We've done some stuff. We've got the roof. We've got, you know, the stuff on there, and I'm like Tammy. I want to see it come to completion. You know.
And we'll have a sign up within the next few weeks.
And I just hope that we can dedicate the money to make sure that it's complete. Thank you. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Tim.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Alabama did not pass that law last year. It never made it
Oh, okay.
through.
So,
But I do believe that y'all as a city council can pass an ordinance inside the city limits.
And there is a law about the height of headlights. So, you know,
But as far
there's
as
some
the-
tools that.
right, it's the state.
I'm sure.
I knew it went before the state, but I didn't know if everything actually was enacted in the law.
Councilmember Alford.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening to everyone. Thank you to the museum board for being here tonight. I've been thinking on, and let me thank the chief for reaching out to see if I had any concerns in my district. And with that in mind, I have been thinking on, I'm not sure how to do this yet, so I'm asking the citizens of District 4 to help me with this. I'd like to do some type of community effort to bring value back to the village. I know that many people who, Weta is one of them, many people who grew up in the Mill Village have had concerns about how it looks now, and it's run down. And I believe that there are things that we can do as a district or as a city to bring value back to the village. I would very much like to have a village festival at some point, not anything super big, but a fellowship so that we can get to know each other. I am a person that believes lack of communication causes a lot of problems, and I believe that if we learn who our neighbors are, we will begin to care more about our neighborhood. And I'll get back hopefully with the council and especially the members of my district as to how we're gonna make that work. So if you have any ideas, you can reach out to me, and that's gonna be value to the village. Because I live in the Mill Village, and
I would appreciate any help that I can get. And thank you very much to the citizens for supporting this council. And lastly, thank you, Tim, for bringing that up. My husband at one time had a very small car and a young man who had a very high truck. And I don't even think it was low in the back, but it was very high, and his view was obstructed. And he turned the corner and he clipped the front end of my husband's car, and he got out saying, I didn't even see him. So we probably do need to do something about these high trucks, because we all love our children. And whether it's your child driving the vehicle or your child in the street or me in the street, I think that's something we can do something about. And thank you, that's all I have.
Councilmember Delashaw?
Thank you, and thank you to our police chief who gave me a phone call. I appreciate that very much. And we did have discussion on some, I've had 2 people complain about speeding on Radney Street, and I do have an address for you now. It seems like they're coming to that stop, 4-way stop there on Radney and Price, and trying to be a stunt driver as they turn right onto Price. And there's children that play, especially now that the weather is warm. So Keith, I can get with you on that one, as well as the one at 117 Price Street that I've had a request for, and we can just look at that, and I value your opinion very much. And thank you to the museum folks. I really appreciate that. That is a very fond memory of mine as a child. Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but I love that smell that you used to smell. Have y'all heard that?
We have heard this, yes.
That when you walked in the door, there was something, it was kind of like the old library too, you know. It was just a very quaint, homey smell. I don't know what it was, but anyway. So I appreciate y'all and the efforts that you're putting in. Thank you. That's all I have.
Rita, clerk's office, anything?
I did, but we'll do it next time.
Keith, street maintenance?
I think we pretty much covered everything I had. We just spent most of the day today getting up trees and limbs and debris. If they can hear something somewhere, they can just give us a call.
I know y'all been at it since early this morning. Thank you for doing that. Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Police report 97 incidents, 22 arrests, and 9 accidents. We had 2 open dispatcher positions, and we filled both these 2 young ladies here. We have Miss Morgan, Paige Morgan, I was gonna say it backwards, and Miss Lynn Kelly, who's gonna start first base as dispatcher. Just gonna say it wrong.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Chief, you got anything yet? Is Margaret here? Library? Okay. Recreation?
We are in our busy season, lots of kids in lots of areas at the rec center. We've had 2 discussions with 2 coaches with kids coming down from the school using paths that are not paved with asphalt. And with that new road that goes from the OEC all the way through the baseball field, there's a lot of people going a little too fast. So I ask that everybody please use caution out there, because there's a lot of people there in the afternoons and on the weekends with baseball and softball and t-ball going on. There's 22 teams, so they're spreading out and trying to get their time in. So please be careful.
Anything else?
No, sir.
I do want to tell the council something. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, they were playing basketball out at the rec center, and a fight broke out between a couple of individuals. The rec center staff contacted the police department. Chief Brooks was out there. Him and Jerry and the staff member reviewed the videotape, made a sound decision how to handle it, and I just want to say thank you. Y'all handled that professionally, exactly like it should have been handled. Thank y'all. I think, is anybody here for the fire department? Chief Cameron and the utility board has gone on a schooling. So we don't let them slide tonight. Miss Dorothy with the Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber has two upcoming events. On March the 26th, we're doing the Meet Your Candidate. It's at the courthouse in Waddell in the big courtroom. It's at 6 o'clock. We invite everybody to come and hear your candidate's bio and their platform. And then on April the 3rd and 4th will be the Highway 22 yard sale. It starts in Alexander City and goes to the Georgia State line. And please, if you're gonna set up, get the landowner's permission.
I'm gonna get you that sign that's in there under that cabinet too.
I'm putting them out, so I need to get that one. Thank you.
Anything else, Miss Dorothy?
What time is the yard sale, Miss Dorothy?
Well, you know, yard sale starts early, so you start when you want to.
Daybreak.
Alright, yes.
I'm gonna tell you also, we had some openings on the police department. We're bringing back Mr. Hudson Burns and Mr. Pee Wee Terry. Gonna fill two of those positions. We have a, officer in the academy now. He graduates next month. And next month we have another one that's going to the academy. So that's gonna leave us probably 2 down. We're not worried about filling the SRO yet, since the school year is about over. And we'll cross that bridge in August, whenever school starts back. And, a request here at West Point and Chestnut Street there, where the stop signs are. Is it possible to put a do not block intersection sign there? Cause in the morning time, you got kids crossing, coming off Main Street trying to get to the school, and they can't turn because everybody's blocking the intersection.
Keith, would you have one of those signs, or could you get us one?
You can get one.
I think there used to be one there at one point in time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. I need about a 30-minute executive session for 2 purposes. One, to discuss the good name and character of an employee, and the second one is to discuss a real estate. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I move, Mr. Mayor, that we go into executive session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, roll call vote.
Councilmember Long,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs,
Yes.
Mayor Duncan,
Yes.
Councilmember Alcorn.
Yes.
Councilmember Duncan.
Yes.
All right, it's 7:13, so we should be back about 7:30.
We will resume as they come back. They're going to executive session.